Hello all, welcome back to another video and welcome to Sammy G's World of Cinema. Today on the channel I am going to be doing something a bit different. I thought I would talk about the list of films where it's the first film in a film series that I've only seen the first film in that film series but not seen the rest of the film series, which, well, I mean, I have liked majority of these first films in a film series. I don't know why haven't taken the time out to watch the rest of the film series. It is baffling, and you are going to be baffled, guys, to some of these films that I'm going to talk about where I've only seen that first film but not the rest of the film series. You're going to be like, Sam, what are you playing at, lad? But yet, I've got a list here, guys. I'm sure there's more where I've only seen that first entry but not the rest of the film series. But here we go, guys. The first one, Dirty Harry. Carlos will be shaking his head at that for sure. The Man With No Name trilogy. I think the first film is The Good, Bad and the Ugly, because that's the only one I've seen in this film series, like the Man With No Name trilogy. But yep, sorry Carlos. And then the other one is Scanners. Really enjoyed the first film. I haven't seen the sequels. I think there was 2 sequels to that, I think. The Fly. Now, I have seen the remake of The Fly. Well, I've seen the original as well. The remake from David Cronenberg is tremendous. But I've not seen the rest of the film series in the Fly film series, because I think there is meant to be multiple sequels for that. House. Only seen the first House film. Jordan. I know I need to see House 2 because I know how much you hold that in high regard, and yeah, maybe I need to make time for that one when I do my horror marathon later in the year, which I cannot wait to do that. The first Chucky film, I've never seen I've never seen the rest of the Chucky Child's Play film series, and I've only seen the first Chucky film. Again, I've heard the second one's meant to be better than the original, some people say. I've only seen the first film. I know. And this is where it gets interesting. The Karate Kid is one of my favourite films of all time. I have seen the remake with Jackie Chan. But yep, I've only seen I've seen the original Karate Kid, but not the rest of the original sequels. And I haven't seen the Cobra Kai TV series. Bloody hell, what am I playing at? Superman. Now, I have seen Man of Steel, I have seen Superman Returns, but I haven't seen the rest of the original sequels, because I have seen the original Superman, but not the rest of the original sequels. Apparently they're really good fun. I've only seen the first Scream film. Again, guys, you're all probably screaming that that you've never seen the rest of the Scream film series. I know, guys, it's a film series I definitely need to crack on because I know this is meant to be a consistent film series. I just haven't got to the rest of that series as of yet. Friday the 13th. Yep, I definitely need to, because I know the likes of Nige and Jordan have spoken really highly of this film series, and I definitely need to make time for the Friday the 13th films. Lethal Weapon, I've heard it's a really fun film series. I've only seen the first film. Oh, before I forget, Police Academy. I've only seen the first Police Academy film and Airplane. And Dune. I've seen the first Dune from Denis Villeneuve, but I haven't seen the sequel, which is meant to be one of the best films this year. Phantasm, again, I've heard the Phantasm film series is fantastic. I've only seen the first film, did really enjoy it. Silent Night, Deadly Night, I've heard there's multiple sequels to this, but I've only seen the first one. I might need to make time for that, later in the year, definitely. when it obviously December because it is a Christmas film. And Carrie, yeah, Carrie I think's had a couple of sequels, and The Howling as well. Before I forget, The Howling had a couple of sequels. Well, I've only seen the first film, but The Howling, Carrie, both great films, guys. Just haven't got round to the rest of the sequels, the film series. And this might be a bit more of a shock. Rambo, I've only seen First Blood. I've not seen the rest of this film series. Yep, I know. I'm missing out, definitely big time. The Raid, I love the first Raid film, and I've heard the sequel, the second film, is meant to be just as good, but I haven't got to it yet. Sorry, guys. Definitely need to make time for that one. Fright Night, I think there was a Fright Night 2 in the remake, but I have seen the original. I love the original. It's one of my favourite horror films ever, but I haven't seen Fright Night 2, and I've heard that is a very awesome sequel indeed. The Exorcist, love the original, you know, a cinema piece of horror, but I've never seen the sequels. Yep. And, well, The Exorcist 2, I've heard, is absolutely dire. It's meant to be pants. But I've heard The Exorcist 3 is meant to be a very strong sequel, so I need to get to that one someday. Something completely different here, guys. Bridget Jones's Diary. I enjoyed the first Bridget Jones film, but I haven't seen, like, I think there's the 2 sequels. I might need to make time for that at some point. Venom. Right, I've seen the first Venom film. I didn't really like it, and I haven't seen 2, which I've heard is cack. And I know there's a third one coming out, but I don't plan on checking out those 2 sequels. But I thought I would give it a mention because it is part of the film series, and I've only seen that first film. And what else? Shazam. I really enjoyed the first Shazam film. I've not heard the best about this sequel, Fury of the Gods, but you never know. I might check it out at some point. I gave Wonder Woman 1984 a watch because I only saw the first Wonder Woman for the longest time, but never 1984, and it was pants. I really did not like that sequel, and if they make another Wonder Woman film, I probably won't watch it. Not to sound sexist or anything, guys, but I just really didn't have a good time with that sequel. But the first film, really good, really enjoyed it. And Sonic the Hedgehog, I enjoyed the first Sonic film. I thought it was very self-aware, it was good fun, but just haven't got round to the sequel, which is meant to be just as fun, apparently, so might need to pick that one up. If I ever see it cheap on 4K someday, I might have to add that one to the collection. Speed, good reason, because I've heard the second Speed film is meant to be absolutely abysmal. But yeah, I didn't know. I haven't checked out the second Speed film, but the first Speed, brilliant, great stuff. Massive shout out to Jordan there, Movie Worm, because I know Jordan is a big fan of that film. And then Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, I've heard Conan the Destroyer is meant to be a super fun sequel. I've only seen the original with Arnie, and Arnie does star in Conan the Destroyer. But yeah, I've never seen I've never seen Conan the Destroyer, but I've heard it's a really solid sequel all the same. And then Poltergeist. The first Poltergeist surely can't be beaten. Surely it can. I mean, I love the first Poltergeist film, but I've never seen the 2 sequels, which I think you can get all 3 of those films in like a box set, but I just haven't got to them yet, guys. I definitely need to make time for those films at some point. Basket Case or Basket Case. Yep, I've heard again, 2 the sequels are very solid. They're very good fun, self-aware of what they are. But I've only seen the first Basket Case film, and I did really enjoy it. I haven't picked it up on the Arrow 4K edition, which has really been making the rounds in the film community recently. And I think there's a couple more actually, guys. RoboCop, yeah, I've only seen the first RoboCop film. I've heard it like 2 and 3 have got nothing on the original, but they're meant to be very solid sequels, like especially the second one. Not heard the greatest things about the third one, but the first RoboCop is tremendous. Love it. And I'm sure there is something else. The Wizard of Oz, because The Wizard of Oz is part of the film series as well. So yeah, I've only seen the original Wizard of Oz. I guess you could say the first Mask as well. So I think that will do it for this video of a first film I've seen in a film series, but I haven't seen the rest of the film series. So guys, do let me know, should I be checking out the rest of the film series? I know there's a couple of these I've spoke about today where I really need to get onto the rest of the film series, and yeah. And I thought I would just do this video for a bit of fun as well. And do let me know as well if there's a first installment in a film series you've seen but not the sequels. I would love to know all of that good stuff in the comments down below. I'm sure there'll be a couple of others that will be flooding back to my mind, thinking, right, I've got to get around to the rest of this film series and that film series as well. So thanks for watching. Cheers for stopping by. And until next time, I'll see you for the next video. Bye-bye.